When I was 23, I was having a really rough year because I had a lot of stress and a lot of problems and not a lot of money. But I spent $1,000 on an 18-year-old Jeep Cherokee that had 200,000 miles on it. But I actually felt really good about that purchase because my previous car was a 25-year-old Jeep Cherokee with 300,000 miles on it. And the only reason I stopped driving it was because the frame was disintegrating. Like the engine of that bad boy is probably still out there somewhere to this day. So I moved to a new town and I got a new job and things were finally looking up for me when suddenly my brand new super old car starts smoking and antifreeze starts pouring out of the engine and I don't even have the money to have anyone look at it. So I'm just super sad. So that night my friend Jamie texts me and she's like, you want to go to Target? I'll pick you up. And I'm like, yes, like I really need things at Target and I don't have a car. So she picks me up and we go to Target, and while we're at Target, she's like, oh my gosh, my friend Allie's in labor. She wants me to bring her some stuff. And I'm like, cool. So we leave Target and she starts driving straight to the hospital and I'm like, oh, like I didn't know I was along for this ride. So we get to the hospital and I'm going to stay in the car and she's like, no, come with me. And I'm like, despite my protests of impropriety, she drives me up to the hospital room and she's like, Allie and her husband will be super happy to meet you. And when we get there, like surprisingly, Allie and her husband are indeed super happy to meet me. So Allie's in like super early labor. She's not in a lot of pain. She's just talking and she actually does seem grateful for the distraction. So we're talking but over time, like her labor does start to progress. She's clearly in more pain, but I'm the only one that seems to notice. Like Jamie and Allie's husband are in the corner talking about Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm kind of talking her through contractions, and she tells me that the only reason she wants to have like a completely drug-free natural childbirth is because her friends and family told her she couldn't do it. And I'm like, yes girl, like that is a level of recalcitrance that I can really relate to. So the next contraction hits and it's way worse, and she grabs my hands and she's like squeezing my hands, and before I know it, I'm like coaching a strange woman through childbirth, and she's asking me to rub her back and I'm like holding her hands, and you know, after a while she feels the urge to push, so I call the nurses and the nurses are like this is it, like it's time to push. So Jamie's like, come on Kate, let's GTFO. But Allie is like, Kate, don't leave me. So suddenly I am holding a stranger's leg while she gives birth and the baby is born and she has red hair like me, which is kind of funny. So anyway, a couple days later, I get a text and it's Allie and she's like, hey, you know, Jamie gave me your number. I wanted to come over and thank you. So she comes over to my house and we're talking and I somehow end up telling her about, you know, my car troubles, and it turns out this woman is a mechanic and she fixes my car completely for free. What are the odds of that? It was a wild story.